gentlemen, and welcome to Game 5 between the St. Louis Cyclones and the Quebec City Bandits. I'm D&P, and once again alongside me is Random Filler. We are set to take you through the action of this game number 5 between the Cyclones and the Bandits. The St. Louis Cyclones have put themselves in a position to win this series if they can take this game on home ice tonight. But the Quebec City Bandits have home ice advantage and I do believe, want to stay alive in this series. And oh, by the way, the Quebec City Bandits know how to make a comeback in this series. They have already, in game number 1, they were down 3-1. They were down 3-0 and scored 4 straight in the third period to jump back into the game and win it. And oh, by the way, pretty much every other game in this series has been exceptionally close. I mean, we even reviewed a goal in game number 3, I believe it was, for 25 minutes trying to figure out whether or not it was good or not, and it turned out to be the game winner. And it was a 2-1 contest. So, this one could be interesting. Filler, do you have any thoughts?
With this series, right, especially because this is on the other side of the bracket, my expertise mainly falls on the Southwest Conference. However, I will say this. With that said, from what I have seen from the Cyclones and the gameplay that I have seen from them and their team as a unit, they're very cohesive. They stay a lot with the puck. They make sure that it's an all 5-man rush. And ultimately, that's what ends up winning you games, right? If you're able to control and work as a team. With this team, all they have to do is stay put and stay together, and they'll be rolling right through this game. On the Bandits side, however, they're down. But they're not out yet, right? We've already seen what this team can do and what they're capable of. They came back from 3-0 down, as you said. And the fact they were able to do that in regulation, nonetheless, means that they're able to strike within the allotted time of the game. They don't need extra, right? So for the Cyclones, they should be on their tiptoes waiting just to see how this game plays out for them. And this should be another good match, as we just saw with the game between Indianapolis and Washington.
One final thing before we get this one underway. If we take a quick look at the bracket, we do have an update for those of you who missed the last game that we streamed tonight, which was between the Indianapolis Motorheads and the Washington Nationals. The Indy Motorheads have succumbed to the Washington Nationals in Game 5, meaning that Random Filler's Washington Nationals have advanced to the second round. They await the Ilves and Riptide decision before they find out who they will face in round number 2. Filler, do you have any thoughts on that?
See, in that side, a little more expertise. I have congregated with a lot of the owners from those teams, and especially with the Ilves and the Riptide, it's a very contentious series. Things have kind of grown in the sense of rivalry. Maybe not necessarily with them, but with a lot of other teams. You'd always, it's a team that you just love to hate, and there's teams that you just hate to love. And that's a great showing of that matchup, right? With things being the way that they are, that's going to also lead for another good series. And ultimately, I think here that the key will be a couple of bounces, because that's how close the series will be. Any given day that either team could win a game at this rate. They're so evenly matched.
Yeah. Thank you for your expertise coming from the standpoint of a team owner. Let's send things down to ice level and get this game underway. Oh, you still have the bracket on screen. National anthem's out of the way. We're ready to play hockey. It's do or die tonight for the Quebec City Bandits. Let's see if they can get the job done or if the St. Louis Cyclones are able to finish them off. Game number 5 is underway. Quick chance there for the Bandits off the draw. Missed the net. Todd Bertuzzi to it. Trying to hold it in. St. Louis clears it to center. And now they get it across the line. Cyclones send it around. Picked up here by Henry Yuki Harju. And puck is cleared. Ryan O'Reilly to it. Pressured by Zuccarello. Huberdeau now getting into it. Sends it across, picked up by Spurgeon. Directed towards the Quebec net. And Bandits dodge a bullet there. And they'll clear it out. Down to the end boards, up the side. Trying to feed it behind Jordan Bennington, maybe, I don't know. But a good chance there, denied. And it is cleared by Mike Hoffman. Brodin to Lafreniere. Todd Bertuzzi. And he lost it. Chance here. Oh, it just glances off the far side. Quebec can't get it home.
Close chance there for Quebec.
And it's cleared out by St. Louis. Here's Hoffman. Directs it towards the net. Sent wide. Shen to it now. Cleared. Back in. They score. St. Louis's Braden Shen opens the scoring. It's 1-0.
Another member of the Blues to Cyclones pipeline here. Brandon Shen manages to get the job done here. Approaching the middle part of the first. And the Cyclones manage to strike and make it 1-0.
St. Louis looking like they might take this series early. But there's still plenty of time left remaining on the clock. Face-off win and put out of play. I think the Quebec City goaltender got led out of his crease on that goal. And the cage was left wide open. And it's a lot easier to hit a 4x6 opening when there's nothing in front of it. And that's how St. Louis finds the back of the net to make this 1-0. Sent in here by Quebec. They contest for it, and it ends up out of play. 12-14 remains, period 1. Face-off win for the Cyclones. Shot here, stopped by Kakkonen. And it finds its way to the slot. Almost gift wrap. But he couldn't put it home, and it's cleared all the way down. Shot there, just missed for St. Louis. Vince Dunn now to it. This series has been exciting the whole way through. Cleared out now by the Quebec City Bandits. Bouncing back toward the slot. Chance, side of the net. A couple of opportunities there. Denied by Jordan Bennington. St. Louis still penned in their zone. Now they clear it down. Back to it is Lafreniere. Works it out. Bertuzzi getting a stick on it. There's two of them on this Quebec City Bandits team. Todd and Tyler. And now it's back into the Quebec zone.
Also no relation.
Cleared out. Dumba had it, lost it. St. Louis works it to the line. Hoffman sending it across. And coming out to play it is Braden Shen, who has the only St. Louis goal so far. Shot there, just missed the net. How does it not go? Worked around, back to the slot. No one there to pick it up. Cleared it down. And a chance for St. Louis, maybe? No, Brodin gets back first. He'll try and turn it around. Clears it. works his way back to the stick of Dumba, but he opts not to shoot. And it gets run around, and it gets put on goal, and it's going to be Ryan Reeves finding the back of the net, and St. Louis has a 2-goal lead.
Wow. That was a full icer from Ryan Reeves. He manages to put it off the end boards, then puts it, and it just goes right on net. You know, like a 200-foot putt. The Cyclones are up 2-0 on the Bandits here. Jumped on them.
4:55 to go in the first period, but we know that Quebec can come back. They've done it multiple times in the regular season, and they've done it at least once in this series. It's not over until the final buzzer sounds. Quebec lost it though. St. Louis continuing to apply pressure. Bandits get it into the offensive zone. Victor Olofsson to the puck. He had several goals this regular season. And now a chance. Hannafin couldn't get control of it. Never got a shot away. And now St. Louis advances. Reverse back into the Cyclone zone. Shot here wide. And cleared the length of the ice. Bandits get it back into the offensive zone though. Clear it out now. All the way back down. Bouncing back through the crease. Through the slot. And cleared again by Quebec. Bandits need to find the net. They only have 2 shots on goal this game compared to St. Louis's 5. And that may be the difference maker right now as the Cyclones head to the first period with a 2-goal lead.
And it's just weren't able to get much done during that period. The Cyclones were all over them. And even with some of the luck the Cyclones had, they're still up on them, 2-0. You know, the Bandits are going to have to go back into the locker room and figure out things from there, but for now, it's an uphill battle for them. I have 20 minutes to go here with this next period, and then 20 after that, so 40. 2 plus 2 is 4. Might have some plus 3.
Plenty of time remains for 2 goals. Quebec starts off on the right foot by sending it into the offensive zone, looking for potentially a rebound, but it did not go, and now they run back to their own zone, trying to save it from going in. Sent back in. Philippe Zadina is there with it. Zadina working it around. And I believe that one ends up out of play. We'll get a stoppage here. 18:27 left in period 2. Back into the Bandit zone. Okposo to it. Cyclones clear it to the line. Now they do get it out. Worked wide of the net. Worked back toward the net. But it's off the side. Stays out. Clearing it down are the St. Louis Cyclones. And now they'll go to work in the offensive zone. Tarasenko keeps it in, but he pops it up out of play. And will stop. 16-16 remains. Face-off win for St. Louis. But the puck ends up going all the way down the other direction. And it ends up on top of the arena and out of play. Just want to make sure it was out before I called it as out, though.
Of course.
Off the draw. A chance here! Shot! Score! Noah Hannafin! They're on the board!
Wow, the Bandits managed to find their way back on the board here in this series. You know, they start down, but they have a stronger finish here. Noah Hannafin, he managed to finish it, giving the Bandits just another opportunity to win this game. Cyclones still lead 2-1.
Well, that gets on the board. They get their home crowd back into it after they were silenced by that early St. Louis goal. And they also cut the lead of the Cyclones in half. And oh, by the way, earlier tonight, we saw the Washington Nationals get up to a 2-goal lead early. And in that game, the Motorheads came back to tie it. We'll see if Quebec can do just that here. though they would like a better result than the Uni Motorheads achieved in that game. Shot! Score! They do! It is going to be Matsukaru! And we're tied!
In the blink of an eye, the Bandits managed to tie it back up. 2 goals within 15 seconds. Wow! I can't even begin to imagine what's going on right now on the Bandits bench. They've come out of the gate firing. 2 goals without the first 5 minutes of the period even passing. And now this is a new game. Again, this is exactly what I said in the Nashville series, where teams can come back without second thought. No game is ever safe in this league. And the Bandits are a prime example of that. The Cyclones have to tighten their game here in order to get something going, because it's definitely going to be a back and forth now that the Bandits are back in it. This is that X factor that I was referring to earlier before the period started.
And oh, by the way, shots for Quebec are right back up to within 1 of St. Louis. Shots are 5-4. And I should say something that the team talked about in that first intermission must be working, because they flipped the script here. Pierre Maguire almost got back just in time to save it from getting into a dangerous area, as St. Louis continues to apply pressure, trying to get something done, and Quebec cleared it. It bounced back through the slot, but no one's there to stop it and send it towards the net, and St. Louis sends it back into Quebec's zone. Lafreniere lost the puck. Hoffman reverses it back toward his own zone, and now a shot back to the slot off the far side of the goal, and a grade A scoring chance there for the Bandits, who are looking for the lead now. They are determined to not die tonight. And so far, while their first period wasn't exactly how they drew it up, their second, they've played to perfection. Zuccarello and O'Reilly will duel here in the draw, and it's won by Quebec. They get it into the zone, but St. Louis clears. Back to get it is Matt Dumba, and it is reversed out all the way down. Takes a friendly Quebec City bounce, played off the back of Bennington, and it doesn't go. How does that not go in? Huberdeau sends it in for Quebec to the Quebec zone, but the Bandits regain control, and Pierre Maguire clears it down the length of the ice. He's got teammates there to help him pick it up, but Huberdeau wrestles it away from both of them, sends it all the way down. That misses wide. The rebound comes out to Tyson Berry, who has scored at least once in this series, and I believe was one of the factors of game 1 of this series in this building. But he missed the net. Shea Weber lost it, cleared down. Time running out on period 2. It bounces to the slot. Matt Dumba picks it up, and Quebec take the lead.
Exactly. Again, another example of the Bandits' commitment to coming back into games. They get a slow start, but they've been able to go and fight for it like they need it. They've been stealing opportunities away from the Cyclones and putting it right back in their hands. And because of that, they've rewarded themselves with a 3-2 lead. Don't worry, though. The Cyclones are still in it. And there's definitely a lot of time to make things up. You have 25 and some change left to go, and anything can happen in this point.
Quebec's playing exactly as they need to. They're playing like their lives are on the line, like their season is on the line, and they're not waiting until the last minute to take and seize control of this game. And that is exactly the kind of mentality you need if you want to survive an elimination game. Because you are already on the chopping block once that puck drops in the elimination game. Puck stays inside the the St. Louis zone. Shots 7-5 now in favor of the Bandits. Worked around by the Quebec City defense. Back now. Chance here. Shot wide. A lot of traffic in front. But it is sent back towards the center of the ice. Shot there. Missed the net. Carried to the corner. Cleared out now by Ryan Reeves. And a chance down the ice. Pavel Bure lost it. It's popped up and out. And we get a stoppage of play. 3-2. The score, 2:31 to go. Shot there, missed the net. But a good chance there. A couple players getting stuck in the net. Or hit into the net. And now it's brought to the boards. Tyson Barrie works it out. He's trying to tie this game for St. Louis. Coming up on the final minute of the second period. Kirill Kaprizov works it further along the boards. Gives to Pavel Bure. And Quebec clears. Finds its way all the way back in. Could this go? No! Kakinen with a huge save that might just keep the Bandits in this series.
Remember that save at the end of this game. Kakinen with an absolute beauty. A robbery, if you will. And that keeps the Bandits' lead at just 1. The Cyclones, though, close at the end of that period. Very close.
One period away, potentially, from the St. Louis Cyclones winning the series, or the Quebec City Bandits tying it up. Or, not, well, not tying it up, staying alive for at least one more. Bandits get it into the zone, but it is wrestled out of their control by the Cyclones and rimmed all the way around. Here's Shea Weber. Gave it away. Zuccarello laying down, trying to make a play. Sent off the back of the goal. Worked back, looking for the point. Shot there, missed the net wide. Cleared. Quebec City to it. They work it across the line. Carry it back to the near side corner. Worked out through the crease. Didn't go. St. Louis across the line. Shot on goal. It hits the puck. And comes right back out. And it's cleared by Quebec. The puck luck is going the way of the Bandits tonight.
Close but no cigar, as they say in the industry. Wow, that was close.
I've also heard the term used, it's a game of inches.
It is truly a game of inches here in the sport of hockey.
And it bounces back to the slot. A chance for Quebec. And Spurgeon squandered it. It's cleared down. A chance for St. Louis now. Braden Shen turns it back. Wants someone at the point. St. Louis can't get it on goal. Shot there, miss. The rebound comes back to the Quebec zone, but it misses the net. O'Reilly now. Lost it. It's worked around by Quebec. They can't clear. Now they do. Into the offensive zone. Justin Falk back defensively. Carries it along for the Cyclones. He gave it away. But it's cleared out. Worked back to neutral zone. And onto a Cyclone stick. Here's Mike Hoffman trying maybe to reverse it back out to the slot on a drop pass. But he lost it. It comes in. Shot! Score! Cole Clutterbuck! It's 4-2. Quebec!
Cole Clutterbuck, a core member of this team, and he brings one back, putting the insurance marker for the Bandits. Time's running out for the Cyclones. Ultimately, things are going to be decided by inches. And as you said, they were decided by them right now. Clutterbuck manages to put it right through the 4x6, and he comes up with one. It's 4-2 Bandits.
But there's still 12-17 for the St. Louis Cyclones to make a comeback in this one. As they find themselves in the opposite situation they started in. Clutterbuck wins the draw, sends it in, but he pops it up out of play. Probably intending to deflect it off the glass, but missed, and it ends up off the netting. cleared now by St. Louis all the way down. But the Bandits regain control. Shot there, missed the net. But barely. Cleared now. Ends up finding its way the whole way around. Bouncing back, maybe for the slot, no. And it is cleared. St. Louis missed the net. Though they were not trying to hit the net, they're trying to clear it there. And Quebec clears it down. Doing everything they need to do to stay alive. They lead by 2. And now a chance here. St. Louis trying to get one back. Taken away by Kaprizov. Weber to the boards. Has Tarasenko with him. Lost it. And now Clutterbuck looking for 2. Missed the net. And it's cleared. This goes all the way down, but misses the net wide. Rebound chance for Ryan Johansson, and he just sends it wide. It trickled just to the side of the net, missing by a couple inches. A foot at most. And now it's back in the Quebec City zone. Bandits fighting here to steal this game. And they cleared it. It finds its way back into the Quebec City zone. Behind the net, Kyle Clutterbuck. Lost it. It's worked out by St. Louis. And now Heischer had a goal last game that potentially won them that game, I think. Can't quite remember. And now it finds its way back into the St. Louis zone as Jordan Bennington leaves the net to try and make something work as an extra attacker. Quebec sent out front. Chance there, doesn't go. Quebec to the line. Huberdeau puts it out of play. 2:53 now to go in period number 3. Bertuzzi wins the draw. Denton. Rebound comes out. Oh, looking for the empty netter. It didn't go. St. Louis clears it. They're going to try and make something work. It's sent back in and out of play. 1:55 now separates the Quebec City Bandits from staying alive. Cleared out now by the Cyclones. And it's back in the St. Louis zone. Final minute. Sent down. St. Louis sends it in, but time is of the essence, and they do not have enough of it. 6 seconds now. 1 second left. The Quebec City Bandits live to see another game as they win by 2 in a game where they started down by 2. And the series is 3-2.
Wow. You know, with a game like this, right, obviously, with the Bandits' backs against the wall, they stepped up as a unit and they really came through after that slow start. You start slow, but ultimately at a game where you start slow, the only way to go is up. And in the Bandit situation, they were able to put up a couple of good chances and keep the Cyclones at bay. There wasn't a lot of, after the second period, and actually, really after the first period, there wasn't a lot of opportunities for the Cyclones to breathe. And the Bandits did a very good job of being able to limit that, right? Now, with the Cyclones, they can take that and learn that for next game. They go back home to St. Louis, and they have an opportunity to close out of here. So it's not over yet, but this series will definitely be a lot more interesting with Game 6 coming up in the next days.
It'll be a tough climb for the Quebec City Bandits. As you mentioned, the series shifts back to St. Louis. And if the Bandits want to win the series, they will have to win again. Only this time, it won't be in front of a rowdy hometown crowd. They'll be in front of the St. Louis faithful. And I think that's going to make things a lot tougher. But I'd also like to point out that after the first period, the shots were 5-2 in favor of the St. Louis Cyclones. At the end of the third period, the shots right now are 9-6 in favor of the Quebec City Bandits, meaning that since the end of the first, the Quebec City Bandits outshot the Cyclones 7-1, which might tell you right there where this game turned around. Regardless, I've been Dean P, and alongside me has been Random Fielder. We hope you enjoyed this game between the Quebec City Bandits and the St. Louis Cyclones. We'll see you here tomorrow when the Tampa Bay Ilves take on the Boston Riptide, and then when the New Orleans Wildcats visit the Lillies Fencers. The Tampa Bay Ilves and Boston Riptide series could end tomorrow if the Ilves take that game. But until then, I've been Dean Pete, and alongside me has been Random Fielder. Thank you for watching. Take care, everybody.
Have a good night.
See you then.